Please could I trouble you for another sausage?
This is Nikki Broom and her 7-year-old daughter Olivia. They read together while Dad, Daniel, is away at sea on HMS Portland. He's been away for most of the last 2 years, but the first few times he rang home, Olivia became angry and confused and refused to speak to him. So the Brooms enlisted the help of the charity Reading Force, which brings families together over a good book.
Had ever been gold.
They chose Mr. Stink by David Walliams, which gave daughter and dad something to talk about, and that broke the silence.
It was helpful to have the book because I had no idea what I was going to talk about to Daddy when we didn't have the book and we didn't do Reading Force, but now then we had the book and I knew what to talk about.
Daniel has just returned from his latest 9-month deployment and says Reading Force is working for them.
Before the ship deployed, I used to ring home and it was sometimes quite hard to speak to Olivia. And as our eldest, she's the most easy to speak to, so it was a shame. But since we started reading the same book together, we had some things in common to talk about.
And that made months of single parenting a little bit easier for Nikki.
Even after finishing Mr. Stink together, it seemed to have overcome Olivia's fear of talking to Daniel over the phone, and then she would talk just general day-to-day what she's been doing in school, and it helped, didn't it?
Yeah.
Supported by a grant from the Armed Forces Covenant Fund, Reading Force gives each family a scrapbook, which the Brooms' younger daughters, Imogen and Sophie, can get involved with, drawing pictures and writing about their daddy.
When families are perhaps tense because they're building up to another move or a school change, or there's other separations going on, there can be quite a lot of tension, and actually it can be very difficult to talk about what's really going on. And so talking about something that gives common ground, a book that you've shared, can be a good way of keeping that relationship going without having sort of tricky conversations that can end up in blame.
In there, that gives you a little prompt on what pictures to write.
No more tricky conversations for Daniel and his daughters, just something they can share both at home and when Dad's away.
The book in the words and pictures.